multiplying and dividing integers. Now, multiplying and dividing integers, I want you to put a reminder on here that we already did modeling, okay? So you can put as a note here that we did modeling, because I don't want us to have to rewrite everything. That modeling is on page 147, 148, 153, and 154. So if you are ever, when you do your review this weekend or anything like that, if you need to go back, you can go back to your textbook and see that, right? All of that information will be there. Okay. All right. So again, making sure that we're looking at everything we need to. Okay, so modeling is on those pages. So if you need that, you can go back to it, do whatever you need to. That'll help you out. Brooklyn, do you have a question? No, we're good. You can put it on the floor, move it away, whatever helps you out. Okay. All right. Now remember, all of this will be in Schoology. I'll post this video, and if you have any questions, you can go back and look at it, guys. Okay, it's definitely no problem. So let's talk about the two rules, because we're really going to look into the rules for multiplying and dividing. Now, the lucky thing about multiplying and dividing is that you literally just have to multiply or divide like normal, but you have to follow two other rules. So your rules are to multiply or divide normally, but there's two conditions. There's two conditions to multiplying or dividing. So yes, you multiply or divide like normal, but there are two conditions that are there, right? So there's two conditions to whether or not, how we solve it and get our answer. All right, so the rules. Multiply, divide like normal. That's my favorite part. Just do it like normal. But there's two disclaimers. The first disclaimer is if they have the same sign. So if they have the same sign, meaning if I multiply a positive by a positive or a negative by a negative, or if I divide a positive by a positive or a negative by negative, it is going to equal a positive answer. So if I multiply two numbers with the same sign or divide two numbers with the same sign, your answer is going to be positive, no matter what. So in elementary school, when you did multiplying, if I did 5 times 2, 5 times 2 is positive 10. If I did 100 divided by 10, it's positive 10. Now the only difference is, now when I do two negative signs, your answer is still positive. So for example, if I had negative 10 times negative 2. Now remember, these are different symbols, right? Remember the different symbols we talked about for multiplying, dividing, and things like that? So negative 10 times negative 2, multiply like normal, okay? So if I did 10 times 2, I'd get 20 normally, and then since they're both negative, my answer is just positive 20 in that case. So again, multiply or divide like normal, but keep your answer as positive. That's the most important part. Okay, Brooklyn, question. What's up? The dot just means multiplication. That's it. Okay? Awesome. Let's do the next one. Okay, so if I did division, negative 12 divided by negative 2. Sorry, I had to squeeze in that negative sign right there. Negative 12 divided by negative 2. Well, if I do negative 12 divided by negative 2, again, 12 divided by 2 gets me 6. If they're both negative, same sign, my answer is a positive 6. Now, the only dangerous thing, dangerous as in probably a little bit confusing thing, is not to get all of these rules mixed up. This rule only applies to multiplying and dividing. It doesn't go with subtraction, it doesn't go with addition. So when I give you an addition problem, don't go and say, oh, same sign, answer's positive. No, 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 no. That's not how it works. So anytime you get an addition problem or subtraction problem or division or whatever, go back and look at the rule. The more you go back and flip through the pages and go through the rules, that's how you memorize all of these things. Okay? Questions on same sign, multiplying or dividing? Questions? Brooklyn question, what's up? Okay, we'll talk about test review in a little bit, okay? You can ask me when we go on our break. Okay, so let's do the other rule. So if you multiply and divide like normal, but if they're the same sign, your answer is positive. If they're different signs, your answer is going to be negative. Now think back to yesterday's lesson, right? Yesterday we talked about why it's a positive or why it's a negative, right? We did it with our modeling with counters. We did it on a number line. So we showed it a lot of different ways. Now make sure that you are writing out your work, okay? So people that are coming back face-to-face, people that are staying online, you have to keep up with this notebook because that's what's going to help you out to stay on top of your grades and stay on top of your assignments, right? That's so important. Brittany, do you have a quick question? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, that's exactly it. It seems almost like too easy sometimes, but yes, that's it. Yeah. And so the same thing kind of goes with different signs. So for example, if we did a division problem, we had negative 50 divided by 10. Now remember, I can write division like a fraction. So negative 50 divided by 10 is, what we're thinking of. That's a 50 divided by 10. So 50 divided by 10 normally would get me just 5, but because we have different signs, my answer needs to be a negative 5. Alright, I like that I see a lot of people doing their work, okay? And I'm applauding y'all because y'all writing it down and doing the practice problems with me, that's how you get that grade in class. That's how you keep that average. Because when I ask you to turn in your work, if you've been using like a calculator or some other method to get your answers this whole time, it's not going to work when we take our test. Okay, I'm going to tell you that right now. Because you could get a 0 on your test because you don't know how to do any of the problems. I don't give any credit for just saying, oh, answer's 5, oh, answer's 2. No, I don't give credit for that. So we'll talk about the test in a little bit also. Let's do one more. If I said 5, yes, Amir, what's up? Okay, no worries, no worries. I'll give you a few more moments. So another example is like 5 times negative 6. Now, again, this is multiply or divide like normal, right? So I'm going to do 5 times 6, and that's 30. But since they're different signs, my answer is going to be a negative 30. So again, you just multiply or divide like normal, right? It's the same thing, multiply or divide like normal. And then we put the sign in our answer depending on what we're multiplying. So I'm multiplying two different signs, so my answer is negative. Over here, we're multiplying two of the same sign, so my answer is positive. Okay? Questions on that? Questions? Right? It's pretty straightforward. Like, out of all our rules, that's probably like the little bit easier of all of them. Okay? So I know it's definitely fewer questions than normal. Alright, Sufyan, make sure I can see you, buddy. I see your camera on, but I gotta make sure I see you. Thank you. So make sure you're taking notes with us, okay? Thank you. Muhammad, if you're here today, I need to see your face, buddy. Because if your camera's off, I'm going to think you're absent today. Noah, same thing, buddy. I gotta see. Oh, I see you, Noah. You're good. Never mind. You're good. Muhammad, I gotta see you, buddy. Okay. Okay. All right. So we're gonna do 4 practice questions. I'm gonna give you a little bit of time on your own. I want you to do these 4 practice questions by yourself. Look at your notes, try it out, and we'll come back and talk. Do 2 times 4. -3 times -7. -9 divided by 3. And let's do 24 divided by -3. Okay? Maybe about 2 minutes. I want you to work out those questions. Awesome. So remember, right? Not that bad. Multiplying a positive by a positive gets you a positive. Negative times a negative gets you a positive because they're both same signs. So I get 4 times 2 is 8. -3 times -7 is 21. -9 divided by 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3, but because they're different signs, the answer is -3. 24 divided by -4. Well, 24 divided by 4 gets me 6. Different signs, answer is negative.